This is a weird angle. I can't really see what my camera is doing. So if you see my Spider-Man underwear, just like take it as like a bonus feature or something. This might take me a moment. I need to pull up the question because I am pirating on 3 different sites right now. And anytime I leave, they like miss me and ask me for child support. So what I'm doing is the 36 questions to fall in love. And my thought process is, why don't I just fall in love with myself? The first question is, given the choice of anyone in the world, who would you want as a dinner guest? First thing I need to think about is who will not judge me for not eating normally. Actually forget that. Who cares? Who will not be an asshole if I can't make them something fancy? I'm gonna write like a list. I think I'll also add people that I would just want to argue with. Arguing is like my personal language, and I think that's because my mom, her thing is she always plays devil's advocate, so that whenever I have conversations with other people, I understand other people, but also that like I don't get too mad and that I'm a good arguer. So okay, if we can't do dead people, then I feel like we also have to do people in a certain time, because I would love to meet Timothy Chalamet when he was like little Tim. But I don't know what I want to meet little Tim, big Tim right now.
And I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or, things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there.
We're gonna go through like my list of people and like who they are, why they are, who, what. Yeah. First, Julia Roberts. I see Julia Roberts on screen, I lose it. And I don't want to say that I want to be an actor, but are good directors, are good writers also actors? Yes. Okay, next person is Neil deGrasse Tyson. I did just see him on Stephen Colbert.
What is this?
Stephen, maybe I can help explain.
Famed astrophysicist and actual friend of mine, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Thank God you're here.
No. Thanks, science. I'm here.
That might be the first thing that's making me want to meet him. Second thing is I think that although he's somebody to educate, like I would just want to try to argue with him. Or not argue, but just like disagree. But then be like, oh wait, actually you are right. My bad. Next, this is my first duo. Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, the writers of the Back to the Future script, would be crazy cool. Next is Lisa Guerrero.
This woman simply said she didn't care.
So what are you going to do about it?
We're reporting it.
Are you going to arrest me? Are you going to give me a ticket?
We don't do
So what are you?
I wanted to be Lisa Guerrero so freaking badly when I was younger. I would just be watching Inside Edition over and over and over and over and over. When I quit ballet, like that was like one of my first thoughts is like, what would Lisa Guerrero do? So I switched to be broadcasting in my school, but that didn't work out and I switched to film. Segue out of that, Stephen Colbert. After I realized like being a journalist, like right now, it is really hard, but to like go to school for it and the outcome that I think I would have being at my school, like that baseline didn't feel like risky enough, it didn't feel like me, So I decided to switch to film because like Lisa Guerrero I'd watch during the day, Inside Edition, but Stephen Colbert, my mom plays that every single night. And not that like you have to have a film degree to do what Stephen Colbert does, but I feel like that gets the first foot in. I admire him so much because I think that he's just like really aware, really smart. He collaborates, he just does exactly what I want to do. Next, do not give me heat for this, Woody Allen.
Attractive women, but you get consistently good girls here, and it's maybe worth hanging out outside. I could hang out here, but it means I'd have to leave the schoolyard.
I promise you, this is just like a networking kind of thing. We're not like, no, like I'm an adoptee. I don't want what he did done to me. But like to meet him out of curiosity for like 2 minutes and then like argue with him and then like see like how much his head could bobble, And then Spike Lee and Judd Apatow, bangers. Like banger movies. A lot of these that I noticed that I put like, oh, I want to meet them, is out of like career curiosity, but also like I feel like to go into a career of film, you have to have a passion for it. If you either you have to have a passion for it, or you're a man with a camera, or not a camera, but like you're just a man that like wants control. You know, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle, and you actually have to be creative, or you have to be good at stealing ideas. So, I don't know. Then I put Lorna and Gabe. I could have a dinner with them anytime, but I confide a lot of information in them, and I miss them. Texting is like a transferal of energy, but not like in an authentic way. I can't like physically cast my energy onto you if I'm texting. Like you can get my words, and that can like melt into you a little bit, but like just imagine how much better it would be if you could physically. Next up is Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen, his career was like he started doing stand-up when he was younger, and then he got like a TV show. He got Freaks and Geeks, and then it just kind of like he got a writing partner, and then he started to make all these movies, and he starred in his own movies, and he's still doing stuff like that. Right now he's doing a TV show, and then he's writing it and like being a producer and everything of it, and also selling weed. And I just kind of like feel like I want to do that so badly too. And like Seth Rogen's just really funny. Like he could just be like a dude, and I'd still be like, yeah, I want to meet Seth Rogen. Like next up with John Green. I don't have the vernac attack to fully address him. Nora Ephron wrote the book that When Harry Met Sally is based on. I would just want to meet her. Like I want to know what she thinks love is, or like what life is. I want Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal, but I almost want them to pretend to be Harry and Sally so that I could like talk to them, and it's like this thing, and it's really weird, and like they're uncomfortable, and I'm just like you know. One of the people that I've listed are people that I'm just kind of like, they genuinely have so much to talk about. I feel like they have like a scroll turned into their mind, and it can just infinitely be pulled, you know. Not that it should be, but it could. I put another duo, Jonah Hill and Michael Cera. I want them to pretend to be Seth and Evan, Superbad. And again, it's like this weird thing where they're like, whoa, this motherfucker is crazy. Let me just do what she wants. I'm not gonna be like, ugh. But I'm just curious. Then I put Jason Bateman and Michael J. Fox. I love them to pieces. Usually photos like this would be of them on my wall. But in conclusion, who would I pick? Who would I pick? Seth Rogen and Stephen Colbert. It's between those two people. Seth Rogen, I feel like he's done like a lot of different things. And I think Stephen Colbert has too. I think Seth Rogen is a little less defined. But then there's like strength in Stephen Colbert being more like specifically curated. He did like the thing that I think will be really valuable in the future, because everyone will be good at like a singular craft. There will be so many people that are experts at a singular craft, but the thing that Stephen Colbert did was he became good at like, I guess, journalism, like political awareness, separate to comedy, and then brought them together. Not that like no one's done that before, but I think in the way that he did, no. But I just feel like he has so much more control of what he's doing, because he's the writer, director, sometimes the producer, I think, of the things that he does. And he's been doing that since he was like, I don't know, in his 20s. And then they each do things where I'm like, whoa, I should be doing that right now, but I don't have a job. I don't have money to pay to go. Like Stephen Colbert did improv, and he was kind of like on the Second City, and like the track that people usually do to go to SNL. Seth Rogen did stand-up and like acting as like a younger person. Despite my like previous convictions, I think that I would go for Seth Rogen just because he's having a little bit more fun because he's high.
Rita, come here. Come here. Come here, Rita. Rita Lee Productions.